Welcome. You.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great turnout. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's probably a lot warmer back there. There's plenty of empty seats up here in the shade if you want to come have a seat. But thank you so much for being here, and good afternoon. On behalf of the Contra Costa County Board of Supervisors and the Veterans Service Office, thank you, City of Pleasant Hill, and the Veterans Remembrance Committee for holding this wonderful event. I'm honored by the opportunity to be speaking for all of you today. I've prepared some remarks. I'll try to keep them brief, but thank you. What a beautiful day it is for us to gather to remember and honor our deceased service members, many people which came from Pleasant Hill, like Robert Greer, who was killed by hostile fire in Vietnam at the young age of 31. Many of us have been to events such as this many times before, every year, as a matter of fact. We gather every last Monday of May in places such as this to pay our respect and show each other and ourselves that we have not forgotten the men and women who have fought for our freedoms and our rights. However, we the living are not the only ones who gather, as I believe that we are also joined in spirit by the dead. So out of respect, I will talk first to the dead. Dear dead, gather close to us and hear our beating hearts, because they are filled with love for you. Feel our tears, because they are shed from our feelings of pain and sorrow that came from your loss. See our open eyes, as they are filled with disbelief that you are taken from us so suddenly and unexpectedly. Smell our strength and our courage, as it has been inspired by the selfless sacrifice of your flesh and the stories of your heroism, which are permanently written into our minds and our history. Many of you died on battlefields years before our existence, but some of you died as recently as World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Panama, Desert Storm, Somalia, Bosnia, Afghanistan, and Iraq. Too many of you died alone in your homes. Having already come home from battle, your pain was too strong and your hope too bleak to continue living. We should have never lost you. Some of you died from injuries while accomplishing the ultimate mission, preserving peace. Although you are dead, we still need you. Only you know the true cost of war. Please guide us in ways so that we can avoid these types of conflict in the future. And if we must engage, please look over and protect us from our enemies. We love you. We are forever in debt to you, and we miss you greatly. Dear living, let us take a deep breath in to remind ourselves that we are alive. Let us breathe that same breath out to remind us that our status here on this earth as the living is only temporary. Having that in mind, it's important to reflect on how the dead affect us today. For all of us, we have memories of the dead. We can still see their faces, hear their voices, and feel their presence. For some of us, we carry incredible guilt that is associated with our unwillingness to accept the fact that war is chaotic and that the consequences are beyond our control. At the end of the battle, who lives and who dies is not the choice of neither the living nor the dead, because the bullet and the mortar do not have a conscience or a soul. As the living, let us not become the dead. Let us not only be alive in the flesh, but also in the soul. When we breathe, we do so not only for ourselves, but also for the dead. When we laugh, cry, learn, teach, love, and feel, we do so not only for ourselves, but also for the dead. We should have and live a fulfilling life in memory of the dead. As the living, we are humble and sometimes unwilling to accept help, even if it is something that we have earned. Too many of us have still not visited the Concord Vet Center, a place for combat veterans to readjust to civilian life and heal from their combat traumas. A place where people like Mike, Kira, Maurice, Al, and others not only are trained counselors, but are also combat veterans themselves. They will sit down with you individually and in groups alongside mentors like Adrian, who lives in this county and is a Vietnam vet. Since 1946, the County Veterans Service Office has served the 55,000 veterans who live in this county. Many of you have previously come to our office for the gentle compassion and strong expertise in VA benefits. I can assure you that our team remains as committed to you as you have come to expect from your previous experience. One of the greatest yet often overlooked opportunities is to be served by the VA healthcare system. As a customer myself, I cannot say enough for what doctors such as Scott Carter, Joan Coton, and James Muir are doing every day to care for the wounds of our veterans and their families. The Martinez Outpatient Clinic offers primary care, mental health, and specialty care, housing for homeless, and even residential treatment programs for veterans with traumatic brain injury. I know that I have failed to mention some of the other programs and many of the other care providers, but I encourage you to go there yourself and experience all